Welcome back, everybody, to Auto Auction Rehabs, where we are at Dale, Texas, at IAA, the Austin branch of IAA in Dale, Texas. And first of all, I'd like to thank the fine folks here in the office who are always very pleasant, and to the corporate staff for allowing me to come out here and do what I do. I really do appreciate you letting me do what I do. So with no more ado, let's look at this. Toyota Tundra 2014 with, I think, 177,000 miles on it. It's the 5.7 liter variety V8. What is it? SR5? SR5? The TSS off-road is what the sticker says on the side. Don't know though. Let's take a look inside. Okay. You know, with that high a mileage, it's not bad. I'll have to double check the mileage on that. But it doesn't look bad at all. I mean, it smells like it's been used a bit, you know. I mean, it's got a little bit of an old car smell. But shoot, that's nothing that can't be taken care of with a bath and an ozone for an hour. Tires are pretty decent so far. Yeah, pretty decent. Looks like the tread matches on the fronts and on the back. Not bad, not bad. Let's see if it tells us the mileage when we open the door. Does it have any power? No power. Pretty sure it said 177,000 miles online. You can look it up just to confirm. And why is it here? Well, it says collision damage. I just walked up on the thing, so let's see what else. Okay, well, let's look at this. This door gap seems to be a bit wide. It may be the way they come, but I doubt it. And this door gap seems to be okay. And this door gap seems to be okay. But this doesn't look okay. Huh. Well, let's continue to look. Okay, we've got some plastics that are coming off here and a bumper that looks like it got tucked up underneath. Ah, and so I'm thinking, based on what I see here, the fact that the bed is not level with the back of the window, I don't know if the frame is twisted on this or not. But that is something you guys can come out, take a look, crawl underneath, scope it out for yourselves. If you think it's something that you can fix, pick it up, bring it home. Not a bad car. Not a bad car. So what we're doing today, folks, is we are walking around and we're stopping at cars that we might find interesting, cars that I think you might find interesting, because they're cars that you can probably take home and fix in your garage. You know, not big money, and repairs that are doable in a home shop. There's a lot of them out here that are not doable in a home shop, and we kind of just walk by them and show them to you. We may stop and even take a look at some of the more interesting ones. And having said that, let's move on. Chevy Cruze. Chevy Cruze is a popular car. You can see that it has been touched here in the back. A little bit broken there. Does it have an automatic release? No. Let's see why this one's here. It's a pretty color. Real pretty color. This is a 2012 Chevy Cruze. And I'm looking at it to see if I can see what might be the major problem. This is a Title Max car, so somebody said, hey, give me some money on my car, and then couldn't make the payment. A little bit dirty, a little bit used. Not a big deal. Some cleaning would take care of that. It doesn't tell me how many miles are on it, but let's see. Let's see if it's up for auction yet. Let me scan the code on here and see what we see. There we go. That's going to pop up. 2012 Chevy Cruze LS, current bid $25. Original Texas title. It's a run and drive. Keys are present. 113,000 miles. So there you go. Just some minor cosmetic stuff, and this would be a good car. Little Chevy Cruze. Why not? I'm gonna watch this one. Now, who's to say whether or not they'll let it go for $25? I kind of think not. But it doesn't hurt to watch these things, right? Watch it and see where it goes. A little bit dirty. A little bit dirty. But, you know, not everybody lives where you can clean your car once a week. I'm going to put this one on my watch list and see where it goes. All right, let's move on. You know what? While we're here, before we move on, let's look under the hood. What's your guess? 1.6? 2.0? Less? It is a Ecotech. Oh, here it is up here. 1.8 liter. You know, so it's no slouch with a little car like this. 1.8 liter. 2012 Chevy Cruze. Not a bad deal. Come out and take a look. Audi. I like Audi. 3.0T. I think we looked at this in another video. I'm actually quite sure we did. So we're going to move on up the row. What is this? This looks interesting. Bright red wheels on a matte gray finish. You know what that is? That's bed liner. This thing has had bed liner put all over it. Well, you know, you can buy the stuff to do at home if you have a compressor. You get 6 cans of Raptor liner for about 150 bucks, I think, on Amazon. So for 300 bucks, which would be less than what it would cost for paint for this thing, never mind the labor to paint it, you have a durable exterior finish, which is what somebody decided to do. Not a great job, but that's what they did. It was a silver car. Now it's a black lined car. Interesting shifter. Looks like a sword handle. Anyway, the interior is really not bad. It's not bad. What is this thing anyway? It is a 2007 Toyota FJ Cruiser with 197,000 miles. Well, it probably needed a paint job, and they probably said, you know what? Since we like off-roading so much, as told by the lights, roof rack, and the jack, maybe we ought to put some Rhino liner on it, or whatever liner this is, so that it doesn't show all the scratches all the time. It's not the first time this has been done, and it's probably not going to be the last. So here in Texas, you're going to have to get a new windshield because they don't allow you to register it with a cracked windshield. It does have what appears to be an aftermarket system here. I don't know, is that stock? No, I don't think it would be stock because it sort of covers the knobs, right? But you guys tell me, for those of you who have something like this, let me know what you think as far as that infotainment center there, or is it just an aftermarket stereo? I don't know. Let me know. It's an interesting vehicle. Automatic, 4-wheel drive, very simply appointed. I mean, you got 3 knobs on there for your fan, your air conditioning, and your air diverter. That's about all you got. A rear window defroster. You got gauges. I like gauges. Gauges are better than the lights, for sure. Interior is actually pretty clean. Check it out. Interior is quite clean. Let's see if we have any power. Well, you know what? Some fine person came out here, turned the key to the on position to drain the battery so nobody else could start it up and see what a wonderful runner it is. I hate people like that. That does nobody any good. Certainly not the people that are trying to sell it. So we leave it as we found it. Decent tires, decent tread on these, what are they? Valera ATs from Primewell. 4 matching ones. Yeah. So you need a windshield for sure. Some maintenance and a little bit of cleaning. Not a whole lot, because it's not bad. And you got yourself a cool little grocery getter or boondocking truck. All right, let us move on now, see what else we can find out here in the yard. I don't know what happened there, but GoPro cut off, so we will try this again. This is a very nice little car. It, I believe it was a rental car. Let's see, we have one key fob, and that's right here. Which means there must be a push button to start it. And okay, the key light flashed when I touch it. I wonder if that means it's not recognizing that key. Let's pop the hood and see what it's working with. I think they might have gone to a 2-liter engine a couple years after I had mine, which I believe was a 2.4 liter. Shoot. Back seat has a few crumbs on it, but it looks like it's hardly even been sat in. This is a nice looking car. A little cleaning, a little detailing, maybe a set of wheels would be perfect. So it is a, what is it? What is it, guys? Tell me. If there's supposed to be a cover on here, it's missing. If there's not, then it doesn't say what it is. But it all looks to be there, to be quite honest. Easy to work on. It's only got 50,000 miles, so you don't need to worry about belts. It's got the motor mounts right up on top. A little bit of leakage over here. That might be from people checking the oil. Just for grins and giggles, let's do that. I'm going to hold the hood Check this out real quick. Shoot, that's clean oil and right at full. So it's been maintained. I think it's been maintained because it's a rental car. But man, tell me what size engine this is. Is it a 2 liter, a 2.4? What is it? Maybe we ought to scan the code and see what it says. Let's do that. Let's go to the buyer's app. Scan. And let's see what we come up with. Tell me if that doesn't look too bad. You guys take a gander at that and tell me what you think. Right rear collision, waiting on the title, run and drive, 51,000 miles. Not ready for sale yet. Actual cash value is 22,000. It's a 2.5 liter. Okay. I'm going to add this to the watch list because I'm very interested in it. Now, waiting on title. Does it say whether or not okay VIN losses collision wait title? Now we have to find out whether or not it's a salvage title, because that'll make a difference as to whether or not that's something we want to buy. If it's not a salvage title and it's a 2021, it's probably going to go for a lot of money. Might be a bit more than I'm willing to buy it for. Looks like that might be the prep area over there in the cage. I did find a couple of interesting vehicles over here when I was walking by for lunch. We're going to go back and check them out. They're getting their diesel for their vehicles. They have their own on-site tanks. So I imagine those loaders, they burn up a bit of fuel. I'm sure you're wondering why sometimes I have the camera at the angle that I do. Well, it might be because there is staff in the yard, and one of the rules is you don't film the staff. So I try my darndest to respect that. So, okay, I wasn't going to stop at this one, but the biohazard sticker, which is quite faded, kind of got my attention. It's a collision loss. It's a 2022 Honda Civic. Huh. Well, what's the biohazard, huh? Could be something as simple as somebody left a bag of food in there and it has now become a biohazard. And I do see, I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but it appears there's some drink cups in there, and I'm going to guess probably some food bags. So that's probably what the biohazard is. You just need to clean it up a little bit. But that one suffered some significant front end damage, and that's beyond what I would be looking for me. But if you're wanting a fairly new Civic, there's one there. This is what I actually came to look at. Now this, I'm going to go out on a limb and say this was a theft. So let's take a look. What did they do here? Well, somebody needed some parts, quite clearly, because they chopped the frame to get the rear end. They took the sending unit out and the pump. I think that's what that would be. Either that or the tank was full of gas and they wanted a quick way to get it. I don't know. Because there looks like to be the sending unit and pump. So why the big hole over here and the wires cut? I think they wanted to get in there with a better pump. Just a guess. But look at the size of that frame. That's pretty significant. This is a 1-ton truck. It was a 1-ton truck. Now it's a 1-ton shell. It was a work truck. There's still some work pieces in there. Pretty crazy. And it does have a key. And they didn't get the best part. Engine's still in it. Maybe they had to leave in a hurry? I don't know. So I think this is a Ford 350, yeah, F350, 2019. Oh, they even chopped the front end. They were in the, well, they chopped that side, and they chopped the lower control arm. They didn't get to this side. I think this is a workus interruptus type situation. They got most everything. They were chopping the front out to just lift the engine with frame and everything, and apparently got interrupted. But man, just goes to show you what they can do with the Ford lately. Man, why would they cut that? Did they need the roof? They cut the front pillars and rear pillars, but not the middle. Might have had a couple of guys working on it, and then all of a sudden, oops, gotta go. Wow. Wow. And it even had the puck system in it, and I need that. Man. Man. The puck system is a system that bolts to the frame, and those little pucks pop out, and you put your fifth wheel hitch right on it, or your gooseneck hitch. Right now there's a national shortage of those, and that's why a lot of trucks aren't coming with them, even though they normally do. Actually, this one probably wouldn't have fit mine because mine's an F250. This is a 350. Anyhow, well, they made short work of that, didn't they? So let's move on to this vehicle over here. I wanted to check out where we are right now. F250s are stolen very frequently. Mine stays in the garage with the brake and steering wheel lock on it, which if they got into the garage and then they got to the truck and they saw the steering wheel lock, they might say, no. Then again, maybe they'll just cut the steering wheel, take it. I don't know. So this is the one I wanted to look at. Unit 232, 2019 Dodge Charger, statewide patrol. Now I believe what that means is it's a security company. I'm guessing. You guys look it up and tell me. Drop me a comment, let me know if you know what statewide patrol is all about. And a lot of the airbags are blowing in here. I'll show you why in just a minute. Yeah, a lot of airbags blown. The back seat is not one of the plastic ones. It's a regular, somewhat comfortable seat. I don't know if we can get in this front door. Let's see. Yeah, we can. All right, well, the airbag down below there went off, and the airbag in the steering wheel went off, and it's sitting kind of low over on this side. I don't see any radio equipment or anything. No cut wires for that. So I'm guessing this is just a statewide patrol as a security service. But this unit took a crunch. Took a crunch to the front end. Way beyond what I would want to try and tackle. Let's see. No, it's not coming up. Oh, it's tied down. That's why. We'll leave it at that. No telling what engine it has in it by that. My guess, if it's a security company, they're probably going to be with the V6 because it's much more economical. And I can't tell by looking underneath here. Can you guys get a look underneath there? If you can tell me what engine that has, I'd appreciate it. Just drop a comment down below. Well, let's walk over here and look at a Jeep. My guess is that this Jeep isn't that old because the tires on it look brand new. Brand and new. Front and rear. I wonder, this is a trail rated 4x4 Jeep Wrangler. And if some poor dude just put brand new tires on it, it's a 2022 with 5,000 miles. That's why the tires look new. It's got a big green sticker on the front. I don't know what that means. 2022 Jeep Wrangler Sport, 4-wheel drive, collision damage. Well, there must be something significant for a 2022 to be here without real obvious external damage. And like I've said before, anyway, GoPro was acting up again, shut me off. As I was saying, like I've said before, if you don't see significant damage when you're looking at the vehicle and it's here for collision damage, that means there's probably some damage underneath, and you better get under there and take a look. Now, this front wheel is turned slightly to the right. See that? Can you see it? You see it now? There we go. Slightly to the right, and let's look at this one. Well, I'm going to say they're about the same. If any of you guys are out there looking for a relatively new Jeep with only 5,000 miles on it that's here for reasons that I'm not real sure of, and you want to come out and take a look at it, that's what I would do. I'd come out, take a look, see what you think. It's only got 5,000 miles on it, if that's correct. Let's take a look inside. It's a pretty vehicle. It's pretty dirty. I'm going to guess that there's been a lot of people here at the yard getting in and out, and we've had some rain lately, so. Oh, that's interesting. It's got a removable top. Okay, cool. And it's got power. It's got power. And the mileage is correct at 5265. Let's take a look in the back. Is there a hood release on this? Or is it just the clips up front? It just clips up front like that. No, that's not going to open. You got to open that before you can put the tailgate down. The seat is up quite a bit. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, I don't know that anybody's even sat back there. Pretty cool. That's as far back as that goes for some reason. What does the Jeep Wrangler come with? Let's see if we can see. Let's see if we can see what the Jeep Wrangler comes with. Ba-ding. Okay. Well, I think the spring was just stuck. The little rubber thing was just stuck on there. Let's see what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 runners. So it's a 6-cylinder. What is it, a 306 or? I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what it says there. No adjustment needed. 3.6. There it is, 3.6. Yeah, that's probably enough power for this lightweight little thing. 3.6 liter. All right. Let's put the clips back on. Somebody lit up a cigarette. And I'm going to tell you how I know that. A, I can smell it. Why do I smell it so strongly? And there's not even anybody around. I quit many, many years ago. But man, I can smell a freshly lit cigarette from a long distance. That just never gets away from you. Anyhow. Ooh, okay. Let's take a look at this old Ford. This is a nice looking Ford. F-150 XL. What year is it? You gonna give me a guess? Drop a comment. I'll tell you in a second. F-150, unfortunately, it's suffered some bed damage. Yeah, that's gonna be a bit beyond repair. You're gonna have to get yourself a bed for it. Yep. And being the year that it is, it's not going to take a whole lot to send it to the auction yard from the insurance company. It's got a different door on it. It had a vinyl floor, but the vinyl's worn out and you're down to the metal, but the metal's not all rusted out. It's got a little surface rust, but it's not rusted out. Seat is a little worse for the wear. It's got a 5-speed manual. Any guesses on the year? $1995 F-150. Let's see if we can pop the hood, because somebody might be looking for something like this to restore. And so I'd like to be able to give you a little bit of information. So if it piques your interest, you can come out here and take a look at it and bid on it. Let's see. It's not going to come up for me, guys. I'm sorry. But that's what we got. I can't mess with them too much. I pulled the release and I didn't hear a click. Thought it might be stuck. It might already be popped. It might already be popped. Let's see. There we go. I got it. 6. Straight 6. But these things you can drop an 8 in, no problem. So if somebody's looking for a project truck, come on. Come on over to IAA. You can go online, check it out, see where it stands as far as the bidding and whatnot, and make yourself an informed decision. Let's go over here to these. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. I don't know if this is the prep lot or if this is where the auction is. Auction vehicles are stacked up. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how they do it. But this, at a distance, looked like a nice looking truck. It's a 2010 F-150 with 237,000 miles on it. It didn't look like that from a distance. And with that kind of mileage, I'm guessing it doesn't take much damage to have it ending up here at the auction yard. We got some interesting stickers. K&N, Colorado with the marijuana leaf, New Mexico with the chilies. Yeah, quite diverse. Quite diverse. Let's take a look. Woo! Yeah. This one is a quick pass for me. Yeah, it's kind of high mileage. And it's quite dirty. I can't even imagine somebody driving that up until this point, to be quite honest. Anyway, let's see what else we got before I run out of battery. There's another nice Ford. It's got some wheels on it that don't particularly fit correctly. And the bed, well, it's been a work truck. It's been a work truck. Let's see if it opens. It has most definitely been a work truck. It's got 265,000 miles on it. And it shows. I'm just showing you guys what there is. Just showing you what there is. It's an XLT. The paint's in pretty good shape. I mean, with a little cleaning and, you know, a little elbow grease, it would be really nice. What is this? Buick Lucerne? What is it? Yes, a Buick Lucerne, 2008. 2008. It looks like maybe it's got no power because the window is partially down. A little bit of paint damage there. Paint peeling, whatever. It looks like somebody actually sanded it and was going to paint it. That's what that looks like. Windows are down probably because of no battery. A little issue here. Old repair there. But it's all sealed up so we can't get in to take a look. It's alright. I wish I knew what it meant when they put one windshield wiper up. I wonder if that means that's one of the cars coming up on the new auction. That way it's easier for the guys driving the lifts to find auction cars that have just been won. They know what row it's in. They look for the wiper blade that's up. Hyundai N-Line. Don't know what that means. But I do know this means that it's not something I'd be interested in, but you could certainly be interested in it. It looks like a nice little car, actually. Looks like a nice little car. Let's see what it looks like inside. Well, looks like we're not going to be able to do that. It's locked. Let's walk around this way. I've not been down this way yet at all. Let's see what we can find before I run completely out of batteries. I need to leave a little bit early today because I want to go to the muffler shop and try and get some pipe for the exhaust on the C10, because I'd like to put mufflers on it before I start it, because running headers, just running straight headers on that engine in a tin shed, that's going to be loud. That is going to be loud. So if I can put the mufflers on before I start it, that would be great. At least get them tacked in there, you know, so it cuts down on some of the noise. Let's see what we got. What do we have? You guys like trucks, right? Let's go over here. I see a dually over here. I see a couple of other trucks over there that don't look bad at all. These all have one windshield wiper up. Okay, there's a couple here we'll take a look at before we go. This is an F-150, 177,000 miles. It was obviously a work truck, as told by the rack on here, and a toolbox. Had a toolbox like that in the super truck, and man, it is handy. But now we have a new super truck. Okay, it has a leather interior. It's the King Ranch edition. I love the leather on the King Ranches. It's really nice. It's got one windshield wiper up. I don't know if that means it's getting ready to go now, or what that means really. Some paint sticks, so I'm guessing this man was a painter, or this person was a painter. Yeah, back seat hardly used. Yep, got a little moonroof there. Very nice. 4x4. 177,000 miles. If you need a work truck, you know, this might be the ticket. I do remember looking at this, the LaCrosse. I don't think it was over here. It's got the Continental kit on the back, sort of. There's no tire behind that, it's just for looks. Kind of weird looking, actually, to me. Anyway, back to the King Ranch. It's got a little damage over here. Nothing terribly significant. If you're looking for a work truck, that wouldn't bother you at all. Maybe next time we come out, we can start some things up. Because this one's got power. I'd love to see how it runs. But we'll talk to the boss next time when we come out and see if we can start them up. But this gives you guys an idea of what there is out here, so that you can make a decision as to whether or not you want to go online and check them out. And then if you find something you really like, you just come out here, take a look for yourself. F-250 Super Duty. Yep. This is one of my favorite colors, the dark gray. It's a 2015 Super Duty F2. Collision loss. And there's a puddle under it, but who's to say whether or not that puddle belongs to this truck? Don't know. We have to investigate that a little further. Let's see what we got inside. Ooh. Ooh. Oh my goodness. I'm not even getting in there. Wow. That's pretty filthy. There you go. Well, that's the thing at auction. Outside pictures, even the inside photos may not look too bad, but when you come out here and actually take a look, is this something you're willing to spend the time and money on getting it detailed to the point where you'd actually sit in it? Well, that's up to you. Depends on your needs, I guess. Huh. Okay. let's see. That front wheel looks a little tilted and turned to the left. And this one is turned to the left also. So I'm going to say if there is some suspension damage, it's not going to be terribly significant. But you might need to be replacing some parts. And it's got some hail damage. Now that I'm looking from a distance and at an angle, don't know if you guys can see it or not, but there's definitely hail damage on there. Definitely hail damage. All right. And another dually over here, an F450 it looks like. Oof. Ooh. Oh my goodness. We're going to skip the F450 for right now. And we're going to go over here. My goodness. Wow. You just got to take that in for a minute. Look at that and say, how? How did they do all that? It says biohazard too. Wow. So the engine, well, this is what they're supposed to do, okay? The engine goes down underneath the driver to prevent the driver's legs from being taken off in a frontal collision. And that's what it's supposed to do. That's why they have crumple zones. And that's why putting supports under your hood rather than lubricating your hinges is not a good idea, because the hood could go straight in through the windshield and take your head off, whereas if it crumples, that's not going to happen. I would never put a hood support underneath the hood to keep the crumple zones from bending. Nope. Nope, I would never do that. Wow. Even the back. It had a nice tonneau cover. And it had the tailgate with the step. Wow. Incredible. Incredible the amount of damage on this. Wow. Oh. Incredible. See the steering wheel up so high? Amazing. That took some energy. That took some energy. Wow. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. The 450 was what I came down here to look at. F-150 V8 Power Stroke with 319,928 miles. It is a theft recovery. Now guys, there's one thing you want to consider when you see a theft recovery and then you don't see the dash all trashed. It's got bald tires. You know, probably not much maintenance. I don't know. But there was one thing you've got to consider when you see something like this as a theft. Did it get repossessed? And then the owner reported it stolen the next morning, not realizing that it had actually been picked up already? And then it got put in the system as a theft? I can tell you for a fact that that happens. For a fact. You know, sometimes people hit hard times and they've got to take their vehicle and get a loan out on it from one of these high-priced lenders. And if you fail to make a payment, they come get it. and then you go outside, your truck's not there, and you report it stolen. And it really wasn't stolen. It was taken back. But there you go. That's what you got in here. It's a little dirty. It was probably a work truck. It's got 300,000 miles on it, so you know it's seen some use. I don't fault it for being dirty, not at 300,000 miles. But there you go. If you're looking for a work truck, it's high mileage and you can take care of diesels, you know what to do with them, you can save some money by doing things yourself, well, there you go. Come out here to IAA in Dale, Texas, take a look at this truck, see if it's something you're interested in, and bid on it. You know what I mean? There's going to be a monster of a truck. It'll pull down a house. All right. Well, that's going to do it for this video. I really appreciate you guys. I appreciate the new subscribers as well as the old subscribers. I also appreciate IAA here in Dale, Texas, the Austin office, and the corporate office for allowing me to come out here and bring these videos to you guys. If there's anything special you guys want to see, let me know, and I will try to accommodate. But for now, that's the end of this one, and we'll see you real soon on the next one.